Hey, good morning. It's Edna Keep here live with Mindset Monday. Today I want to talk about how to overcome limiting beliefs. I believe we all have limiting beliefs. As I've mentioned before, one of my coaches says, new level, new devil. So it does not matter where you are in your life. Limiting beliefs are holding you back from the next level. So how do we overcome those? And I just want to point out to you that if you want my help in overcoming those limiting beliefs and working towards your passive income goal through real estate, reach out to me at 90daysto5k.com. So how do we overcome limiting beliefs? Well, first of all, recognize that we're all a product of our environment. So the people we hang around with, the books we read, the television show programs we watch, the seminars and conventions we go to, all that kind of stuff helps shape our beliefs. Our parents did as best they could with what their limited knowledge. So our goal and plan in life is to move forward from that spot. So wherever you happen to be, you can always move forward. Whether you're making, I remember a time when I was making $1,200 a month, and whether you're making that till you make one sale, it makes you $1,200. Or now we have tenants that routinely pay us $1,200 a month rent, and back when I was making $1,200 a month, you think I could think about that someday somebody would be paying me $1,200 a month many times over for rents? Was not even in my brain. Now, other people whose parents maybe owned real estate and real estate rentals, and maybe it was ingrained into them from an early age that, you buy a rental and tenants pay you rent every month, and they pay off your property, but we weren't taught that. So to even think that far ahead was just unknown. So know that wherever you are, it doesn't matter. You can still move forward from that spot. Just recognize, listen to yourself the way that you talk to yourself. And if you hear things like, gosh, you know what, I can never make more than $25,000 a year. Or, nobody in my family's ever made more than $100,000 a year. Why would I ever think I could do that? And listen to those things and then start to check out, where did that come from? Where do you think that was ingrained into you at some point to believe that you're only able to earn so much money? The universe will point us in ways that show us other people that are doing it. And you know what? They're no smarter than we are. They're no more ambitious. They're just regular people who figured stuff out and figured out ways to make more money or be more happy, get more fit, whatever it happens to be. So if you have a limiting belief that, everybody in my family is heavy and I have no choice but to be heavy, then you know what? It doesn't matter how much you eat in a given day, you'll be heavy. I have friends that are in this position, I watch how they eat. They eat like birds compared to what I eat. And it's just amazing how they can never ever seem to lose any weight, and they always keep gaining, and they can gain 8 pounds in a weekend and stuff like that. That just kind of floors me that kind of stuff happens. But it's been proven again and again, even in medicine. They always do a test when they're testing new products against a placebo, so like a sugar pill or something like that. And there's even been people who think that they're getting chemo treatments and they're not even getting the real chemo treatments, who've lost their hair. How powerful of that is that belief? My gosh, I'm getting chemo. Everybody loses their hair when they get chemo, and even when you're not actually getting it, you lose your hair. Those are powerful, powerful beliefs. People believe that they're, born and raised in a family. Everybody dies by the time they're 60. Well, you start programming that into your mind when you're young, and that's the only way you've ever thought. Guess what? You're probably going to die when you're 60. So how can you reprogram some of those thoughts? I know years ago when I used to sell life insurance, one of the things that we had to ask people when we were taking their application form, because we had to ask them all these questions. Do you smoke? And what's your weight? And what's, your height? And all this kind of stuff. Is there any family history of these different things? And one of the things that we had to ask them was, how old do you think you'll live to? And then we were to write it down, because even those people understood that if you think you're going to die when you're 80, there's a pretty good chance you're going to die when you're 80. So when I learned that, and that was, oh gosh, many, many, many years ago, like I think I got my license to sell life insurance in 92. So what is that? Well, add it up. It's a lot of years. So I set a new goal. I thought, you know what? I'm going to live till I'm 120. And anybody who's ever talked to me, ever asked me, like I just turned 60, and I go, yeah, I'm halfway through my lifespan. I've only just begun, So those are beliefs that you pop into your mind. And you know what? I see other people my age, they're walking around and they're moaning and they're groaning and this hurts and that hurts. And I think, yeah, you know what? That might happen to me when I'm 120, but it's certainly not going to happen to me now. So how can you change different beliefs in your life that are holding you back? Start by how you talk to yourself. If you hate getting up in the morning to go exercise, and you talk, you go to bed thinking, oh crap, I got to exercise tomorrow. What about changing to, I get to exercise tomorrow. There's people who can't even get out of bed to exercise. I get to, so how about reminding yourself of what you get to do, instead of what you have to do? Like, how powerful of a change in beliefs does that transport? A lot. One of my friends, I still remember, he was training on this limiting belief stuff back in the day, and he says to himself every time he eats ice cream, and he loves ice cream, that ice cream turns into protein in my body and it makes me more muscular. And he would repeat that to himself every single time he ate ice cream. So guess what? He never gained an ounce. He looks just as slim and trim at I think he's 45 now, as he did when he was 25. And so a lot of those beliefs aren't what you say when you talk to yourself. And the other big one I really, really think all the time is up-leveling who you hang out with. It's so interesting and inspiring to be around people who are doing better than you. How often do you allow yourself to do that? I know, we all tend to gravitate to people who are just like us, or even of like-minded. That's one thing I always tell my people, get around like-minded people. But you know what? Sometimes you have to up-level that and get around people who, inspire you to think bigger, or who maybe when you first meet them think, oh my gosh, I'm so out of their league, I can't even think like that. Get around them more often, because guess what? Things start to rub off on you and you start to realize, yeah, you know what? There's nothing that special about that person. They just have allowed themselves to think bigger. So those are some of the ways to overcome your limiting beliefs when you're stuck on something, whatever it happens to be. You can practice the way you talk to yourself. You can get around other people. You can read books about stuff. There's so many books out there that you don't even have any idea. Just recently I bought one called Unstoppable, and it's about people study personal growth, and they study and study and study, and yet they can't get the motivation to get off the couch. And he's basically saying that some of that is because you're not healthy enough. You're not taking the right supplements. You're not eating properly. And so he says it's not always all in the mind either. Sometimes it's in the body and the gut. If you're not eating properly and you're feeling bloated, or like you got brain fog, all this different kind of stuff that apparently all happened to him, then he started studying, how can I better take care of myself so I have better thoughts? So even the way you eat helps you have better thoughts. The way you, drink water instead, all that stuff. And you think it doesn't all happen in the body. Lots of people are start to say it's all in the mind. Well, it's in the body as well. So you have to take care of yourself, health-wise, in order to get your mindset in the right frame. Does that make sense? So there's so many different ways that you can work on overcoming limiting beliefs. Gosh, it's just something I study all the time, trying to understand, why are we at this level, and what do we have to learn at this level? What can we do differently? How can I learn from whoever I happen to meet, because everybody has something to teach you. So those are the ways that I work on overcoming my limiting beliefs, and I thought that some of those might be able to help you. And if you've got some tips for me, I'd absolutely love to hear them. You can either shoot me an email or send me a text, or just even respond in the feed of this video, because everybody has something to add to this. Everybody has different ways they work on their limiting beliefs. And if somebody's doing better than you in some area of their life, whatever it happens to be, a better marriage, more fit, more ambition, more money, whatever it happens to be for you, study them a little bit. That's another way to overcome. Listen to how they think, because whatever they talk about is usually how they think. So I hope that makes sense to you. Hey, good morning, everyone. Nice to see you on. And again, remember, if you need my help in overcoming some of your limiting beliefs that, I haven't been able to find that apartment building that I want to buy. There's just nothing out there. I have students finding stuff every single day. So if you're coming across those challenges and you're not being able to find those apartment buildings so that you can increase your passive income, reach out to me. I'd love to help you. Just go to 90daysto5k.com and you can find out how. So have a good day and a good week, and we'll talk to you all later this week. Bye for now.